and other members of the Rotary Club of Western Nassau. Let me begin by thanking you, the club members, for the invitation to address you on the challenges and goals of the Bahamas Hotel Catering and Allied Workers Union. The 52-year history of our union has been a most interesting one. It would be fair to say that there is never a dull moment at Hotel Union. As is the case with many organizations, we have had our fair share of challenges. Our challenges, however, include, but certainly are not limited to, the ones that I will mention. Of course, being a labor organization, one of our primary challenges has to do with employers, with the application and interpretation of our industrial agreement. We know that we negotiate, and we say we negotiate in good faith, and that is always, it ends up with a signed document. However, the application is where we always have concern. Simply because the person seated at the table negotiating are not the ones that has to execute the document. And because we know what happens when the message comes from the top and it is filtered down some way, somehow, there are changes. Not in your companies. Well, we need to probably come and organize them. We know that because of the very nature of our business, agreements are something that we always have to live with, so we've accepted that that will be a challenge for us for all the years that we're around. Additionally, we have internal conflict. That's a challenge for us. It has been a challenge, and if you listen to the news any time within the last 4 years, you would have heard the hotel union. The internal conflicts and the way that they are handled is, of course, a challenge for our union. With all of what has happened, another challenge that we face would be the image that we now have. The image that they fight on the road, they don't regard each other. The image is not the best one. So, of course, that is a challenge because we've enjoyed a particular image in the past, and now there's an image that we're faced with that we have to work as much as we can to have it improved. Of course, because we are members of the #1 industry, a challenge for us as a union, as it is also with other partners in the industry, the service levels are also a challenge for us as a union. I don't want to bore you with the details of this last challenge that I'm going to mention, but just because you asked for challenges, we also as a union, we face financial challenges. And I think it is true to say that many organizations face the same challenge. I am quite cognizant of the fact that it does not take a genius to identify challenges. We must, however, exercise creative and in some cases non-traditional thinking in order to address and subsequently implement corrective measures to have such challenges turn into opportunities that will benefit the organization and the members that we serve. Since coming to office for the 3rd time, we have begun the process of turning things around. Because of the very nature of our business, we recognize that we will always have differences in the application of industrial agreements. Generally, however, we have committed to improve relations between the parties. This is, of course, easier said than done. Certainly, that would be the sentiment expressed from both sides. We believe that with growing appreciation of the respective roles that we each play, we will become less disagreeable even when we disagree. The goals for Hotel Union, as per our new administration, is to generally become more focused on the originating purpose and to improve on what exists, and certainly to create the framework futuristically of what we hope to become. We represent persons in the #1 industry in our country. We must be ever mindful that choices for vacation travel are increasing at a pace that should concern us. While traditionally unions are not concerned, while traditionally unions are considered silent partners, we believe that the time has come for us to become a little less silent in our partnership. As mentioned by our General Secretary in an article in one of the dailies a few weeks ago, the union is prepared to start the process of refocusing on service and thereby becoming more attractive to prospective guests. And for us as a union, we believe if we refocus on service, of course, we are an organization that is built on membership. And if we improve our image, if we do all these things, we believe that subsequently our membership base may also increase. We intend, however, to start our training programs on customer service. This, of course, is something that many unions have never talked about, and I would say we're not hearing much of it from current leaders of our unions. But I have to appreciate, along with my administration, that we at the hotel union for many, many years were known as the trailblazers. Even though in our most recent history, it seemed as if we were blazed on the trail. We are, of course, prepared to send the message that if we want something to be done, we're not going to rely on others to do it. We will get it started. And as my grandmother always said, you do something and I'll do something else. But if you stand still not doing anything, you can't expect people to buy into what we say. It is my belief that as a country, we need what I refer to as a service culture reform. This is not only applicable to the tourism industry, but wherever service is rendered. I believe that we have treated service as an isolated requirement for the hotels. We have treated it like service is something you can go down the street, purchase, and put on. I believe, however, that service has to do with a mindset. It has to do with where our focus is. It has to do with value in what we offer. If we have persons at the gas station stepping up their service levels, and they are. The other day I went to fill my car, well, I couldn't fill it, but I went to the gas station. I went to the gas station. The gentleman, of course, he ma'am, can I get the key? I said, no, just push it. You just push it. Okay, he did what he had to do. He came back.